country. It was 1870. And they went first to Spillville, Iowa. And they lived there 10 years. And then they heard that you could get land through the Homestead Act in Brule County. And that's where the church
Kimble,
is.
right, yeah.
And then after they got a home built, then they started to build the church. You had Konechny's shingling, Konechny's siding, because they actually weren't carpenters, but they had a master carpenter there who came to help direct them. And then they had, it was built in 1893 and opened for, so it's 117 years old.
Yeah. Well, and tell them about all your work with moving it, because you had to, how far did you have to move it, like 10 miles?
10 miles?
No,
18.
it was 16 miles.
16 was it?
miles. And replacing our telephone, our electric lines.
Oh, take those
rural
down.
electric lines.
Oh, yeah.
We had 19 of those that they had to lay down till we got across.
So the church could move through.
I imagine quite a few people wearing the.
Because it was right out, it was out in
Out the
nowhere,
prairie.
right, and you brought it into Kimble, right?
It was the last standing building from the town of Bendon. There are hundreds of those little towns that just disappeared because as transportation got better,
Huh.
you know, towns could get farther apart basically,
Yeah.
and they couldn't compete with each other. So it was the last standing building from Bendon,
Yeah,
the
we
town of
started
Bendon.
about 9 o'clock in the morning and we were there by 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Really? Wow.
We had, there was one of these power lines that took a little while because we had to call them and they had to
She had to
take
deal with
her all out of the
two
out of
different
her. So
electrical.
we all had
Oh, yeah.
lunch packed, and so it was a good time
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Tell about the steeple.
The
Oh,
steeple.
they had to saw the steeple off
Right there.
because it was
Oh.
too tall to come under those.
Oh, to come under
The
the wires.
really big
Oh, yeah.
wires, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
some
they
of them they
brought that
couldn't
in
run.
on a flatbed,
Yeah.
and then they reinstalled it the next day.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And so then I got lots of soap and water and
Yeah. It's
What did you
beautiful.
have to clean up? What was the worst part of cleaning?
burden her.
Because it had been abandoned for a
And
long
Because birds had
time.
gotten in there.
It had a beautiful marble altar, right? Wasn't that marble?
It isn't marble,
No,
it was wooden.
Wood
Oh,
carved.
wood.
St.
hand
Margaret's
carved.
had a marble.
It was all
Oh,
hand
okay.
carved.
Yeah.
Okay, but the pews were mahogany or something, and
And no,
were beautiful wood.
they were,
I'm trying to remember.
wasn't oak.
Was it? Were they?
It
They weren't
looks-
ash.
Looked like oak after I got them cleaned
Oh.
up, but
I
they
can't
were,
remember what the wood was. Ash.
same on the more tree.
Maple.
Pine.
Pine. They weren't
Oh.
pine. I know they weren't.
Well, anyhow, they,
Cottonwood.
Beautiful woodwork.
Yeah. Yeah.
and I called the restoration office at Vermillion for
University.
advice on how you handle these old things, because they says, don't do anything to the pews, because they would have the worn out places where people sat, but I ignored them.
They'd have the what?
They, you know what
The
the people
worn-
sat.
Worn off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Finish.
So I had a bunch of fellows from town come out and take them outside for me
And sand them down.
and sand the floors.
Yeah.
No, I didn't sand them.
Oh.
I used tongue oil,
Oh, okay.
and that's a very good finish.
Yeah. Oh.
And then I gave the four quart, had him sand it, and then I gave it 4 coats of Jim Still.
4 coats.
Wow.
Because that would last. I tried to do everything that would last a long time.
Yeah.
I didn't figure I'd last forever.
Some of the statues
So
in there
far
were
you've
just
been wrong.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Then she
Yeah,
gathered
the
up
stuff
all
that
the
was left
museum
in
stuff, and the
there
whole
that
didn't
basement
get
now is
scavenged
full
by
of all our ancestors'
marauders.
pictures,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
anything you
Yeah,
can
because
make a
those
nice
old buildings, I used to
museum.
love to
She's
go.
already.
Yeah, just playing the, right,
So,
yeah.
and then she gets
Every
tours
winter,
So
to
it's
the
pretty
tourists as
remarkable.
they come down the
Oh,
highway.
that's neat.
Every winter I collect a bunch of stuff. I've got the garage window.
And she has a lot of weddings there.
It makes a beautiful wedding scene.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish I had.
They come in a horse and buggy to the wedding.
Oh yeah, you have
The new
to.
brochure?
Yeah.
Well, we'll send Marcine one.
Well, you've sent me a lot of stuff, and I've sent stuff to Steve. He's got some of it right
I'd
there.
like that,
There's
'cause
a gal-
I keep a scrapbook. so
There's
I'd like
so
that.
We'll send you one, because there's a
People
beautiful
doing
one
their-
on Just Bend, a brochure
Really?
that a lovely woman makes for her for nothing.
Really?
She
Oh.
put together this beautiful, beautiful brochure, so, of Just Bendon.
More than
Yesterday I
that.
got
Yeah, because it's
very
just about Bendon, that's about
Yeah.
Kimble.
Oh,
Right.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so,
This
and it has,
memorial here,
it has wonderful pictures of the
My,
altar and all of
her-
that.
She had sent it with
Uncle,
in the envelope.
My grandfather's
In the
brother built
envelope.
that.
Oh, that's cool.
Was
It's
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part.
Veterans Memorial. right
She
here.
said she got a heavy
Oh
envelope.
my
Remember
gosh,
that-
yesterday
yeah, it
from
was a
the,
vacant
from
lot,
the
and they
Register of
built this
Deeds in
veterans memorial.
Chamberlain.
All the,
Listen,
all the
Sent an
veterans of
envelope
the
full of
town.
money
you're
in the mail.
and
So-
it was
Jeez.
what?
They sell, okay, the church
They
belongs
sold
to the
her-
Brule County
So,
Historical
the town only
Society.
has like
And the
700.
Brule County Historical Society has published
Really?
books of history of Brule County.
Okay.
And they sell them out of the courthouse.
So they
And
sold her
collect-
book.
They sell those books.
Oh.
She didn't write it, but the Brule County Historical Society
Right.
put it together. But they sell them, and so then they turn the money over to the Brule County Historical Society, but they haven't done it since since '07. Because we got checks from '07 that they finally sent yesterday.
Was it?
Oh,
were they
just
that
recently?
Yesterday we got it in the mail. She's like, sorry,
old?
this is so
I don't know
late.
if they'll be any
You
good.
know, it's like, but here's a
They
bunch
should
of
be.
cash and some change in an envelope.
Oh my gosh.
In the
The
mail.
mail. Just a bunch of currency.
So now we're gonna have to call the people who wrote the checks and let them know